Good evening and welcome to this session of the live virtual classes conducted by the Board of Studies Academics of the Institute of Chartered Accountants of India. Let us continue our discussion on the topic audit and auditors. In the last class, we went through the qualifications of auditors, more importantly, the disqualification of auditors. Also, certain problems, etc. So we came to we have finished that. We also saw 144. So if some of you are going as per the institute material, you will find I am suddenly jumping to 144. So please don't go by that, or rather go and search. There you will find it will be there. Okay. So after 141, I would have gone directly to 144. Logic is, it is linked. That is why, no other reason. There is a correct method of studying company law also. You may not be able to do it because you don't know the sections. But I can do it because I know what the sections, so I'm pushing it this way. So, again, you see, I'll begin with 141. So, don't worry. Now we go to appointment. Well, you might ask me, why you are not doing appointment first? Why you are doing qualification? That comes later. Because before an auditor is appointed, we should know whether he is qualified or not, whether he is disqualified. Therefore, we do disqualification first. Then we do appointment. Got it? There is a reason why I am not going per the order. Okay. Right. Now, there are two categories of appointment now. One is appointment of the first auditor. First auditor means, pehle baar, the first time, when the company is incorporated, immediately on incorporation, within a deadline, the company should have an auditor. So at that time, we cannot have a general body meeting. So the board of directors is given the power. Whenever we study appointment of auditor, we will be seeing it from the perspective of government company and other than government company. Okay. Similarly, subsequent auditor. First, let us see first audit. So you have to see government company other than government company. Definition of government company is not in your syllabus. It comes later, but it's still because you need to, we are going to talk about the word government company. I'm using this, and sometimes in the exam, they give you a question where you have to decide whether it is a government company. And then you have to appropriately prescribe the procedure. Whichever is correct procedure, that procedure you have to tell. Therefore, it is necessary to know what is the definition of government company. Maybe you know it. If so, good. Otherwise, quickly, any company in which not less than 51% of the paid up capital, any company in which not less than 51% of the paid up capital is held by central government, pura central government, 51% held only central government, or any state government, maybe single state government, pura 51% or 60% held by Maharashtra government, no problem. Or not fully, but Maharashtra holding 30, Gujarat holding 20, Madhya Pradesh holding 20. Total 30 plus 20, 50, 70. Government company. Lastly, another combination, partly by central government, partly by one or more state governments. So central government 30%, Maharashtra government 20%, Gujarat 20%. So, no problem. But note it, your honors, only government. Only government. Government should hold not less than 51%. Either sirf central government or sirf ek state government or more than one state government or combination. central government or state government or central government or those state governments. Depends. Whatever it is, any combination, total 51%, then government company. Not 51%, not government company. Another method. Already a company is a government company. That government company has a subsidiary. Subsidiary of a government company is also government company. Please understand. This fellow is already government company, meaning 51% is held by one of these three. Now, this government company having a subsidiary. That subsidiary also government company. It's very simple definition, not very difficult to confuse. Okay? Check it out. Now, if it's a first audit appointment for government company, friends, government company's auditor will be appointed by the controller and auditor general. We already saw this fellow. This controller and auditor general office only audits your IEPF authority, the fund, whatever the accounts. The NAFRA is audited by your CAG. CAG is the public auditor. You got it. Just like for companies, we have statutory auditors, which are private auditors like you and me. For government, we can't audit. You and I, as chartered accountants, cannot audit the government. Who will audit the government? The controller and auditor general. Now, but a government company is not government. It is a company, limited company coming under the Companies Act. Now, under the Companies Act, who can be auditor? Only a member of the Institute of Chartered Accountants of India, but not any and every member. The controller and auditor general scrutinizes who are the best chartered accountants in this country. They have a panel. So only those people who are in that panel, their name will be recommended or appointed. So for a government company, the auditor is appointed by the controller and auditor general within 60 days of the date of registration. So very important. Within 30 days, you have to inform your registered office address. You have to bring in the capital amount and you have to obtain your certificate of commencement. Got it? Then you have to have a board meeting. Okay. But in the case of government company, within 60 days, CAG will appoint the auditor. Okay, sir, 60 days, CAG is not appointing. Then the law says the board of directors should appoint within the next 30 days. Sorry, if CAG is not appointing, then you have to appoint. How you will do it? You go to your ministry, get an approval and do it. That's all. That's a big issue. It's not easy for a government company. Board of directors of government company are not independent. They have to be really bound. But still, the company secretary will struggle. He'll go to CAG, beg. They will say, panel, we'll see, we can try it. But already 60 days over. Then they will themselves say, you appoint. They will give a list. I don't know, yeah. Get your approval from your ministry. You have to go to the ministry again, get it approved. No. Better you go fall at CAG's feet. If you are a government company secretary of a government company, better you go, because you are chartered accountant. For you and me, what is there? If they appoint, we'll start the audit. But if you are CFO or CS of a government company, then you have to worry about all these things. Okay? Board of directors would appoint within next 30 days. They also don't appoint. Then becomes the duty of members within 60 days. So 60 plus 30, 90 plus 60, total 150 days. Within that time, you have to appoint the first auditor. This first auditor will hold office until conclusion of first annual general meeting. Please understand, until conclusion of first annual general meeting. You understand? Conclusion. What is the meaning of that? He will not see, my guru, Professor K. Anantaraman used to make us understand. Later on, when you come to final and you study on your own, the self-paced module, you will study on your own. At that time, you will study about rotational retirement of directors by rotation. At that time, you'll know that certain number of directors will retire at every AGM. Those directors who are retiring by rotation now, they will retire when the meeting starts. For example, when the chairman of the meeting bangs the gavel, meeting of this 79th annual general meeting of M&M Company Limited is now open or is now commenced. Damal. At that time, the two directors will automatically vacate. If they are not reappointed, they are out. But for certain provisions, of automatic reappointment. Auditor, no. He will hold office throughout the meeting till the conclusion. Before the conclusion, either you should have reappointed him or appointed somebody else, for which procedures are there, we'll see. Reappointing him, it's ordinary business, no problem at all. But appointing somebody else in his place, also, if it is a company which is required to rotate its auditors, then rotation of auditors within 5 years or 10 years, then no problem. But the 5th AGM now, the 6th AGM now, you can appoint somebody else. No, nobody can deny because his period gets over, he vacates, he retires. Before the conclusion, you have to appoint somebody else. So he need not even give resignation, boss. On that day, you appoint somebody else. That's all. You don't have to take his permission for that. Got it? The other auditor will have to take his NOC. And that is the professional ethics. It has nothing to do with the company's duty. Okay. So CAG within 60 days of date of registration board. This is what government company. Other than government company, section numbers are there. You'll notice single section 139. Now in the exam, would you like to quote section? Yes. Then you can self quote 139. If you're able to remember subsections, nothing like it. If you can, don't try to strain to remember subsections. But section numbers, try to. So that even if you know that appointment of auditor is covered in 139, no problem. You get marks. Okay. So as far as other than government companies, simple, sir. Within 30 days, you have to hold the board meeting. Right? 30 days is a very important date. From date of incorporation, within 30 days, many things have to be done. You have to get certificate accounts of business. You have to inform the registered office. You have to appoint the first auditor. Blah, blah, blah. So the 30 days is a very crucial time for a company other than government company. One of the duties is you have to appoint the auditor. Suppose the board does not appoint, then within 90 days, the members have to appoint an auditor at an EGM. Okay. In fact, many people will come to incorporate company here. They won't even know about all these things. When I am advising them on the company incorporation, I will have to tell them, sir, company will be incorporated. When will I get my company? Like that, they will say, boss, you will get your company registration, don't worry. PAN number, blah. Okay, then can I start immediately? No, sir, you cannot. You have to open bank account and deposit the paid up capital in that account. Okay, then I can start. No, sir, inform the register office of the company. Done. Okay, then can I start certificate account start business? Then can I start? Yes, you can start. But before that, you have to appoint an auditor. Okay, Srikanth, you be the auditor. That's all. So we only will do everything. They won't know anything. So we will, like, I can't do that also. I'll get a company secretary, call him, tell him, boss, this company, you prepare the board minutes, etc., advise them. And while you're doing the first board minutes, please note it that my firm, Karpagam Krishnan and Natarajan, will be the auditor. So within 30 days, the board will appoint. In case that not happening, then the members within 90 days at EGM. It's just an opportunity given. Okay, in case you don't, you have got a penalty and all, don't worry about that. Auditor to hold office, this auditor will hold office until conclusion of the first AGM. Okay. Let us go on. Silver Tongue Solutions Private Limited was incorporated on 7/4/2021. The board of directors of the company held a board meeting on 17/4/2021. wherein they appointed Messrs. John Jacob and Associates as the first auditor of the company for a term of 5 years. State the validity of the aforesaid situation. Okay, so let's see whether he can give an answer. Okay, Mr. Saroj Singh says, good evening. I greet him well. I thank him for his greeting and greet him well. Somesh Singh, greeting, sir. And Shagupta, of course. Parveen, good evening, madam. Minu R says, invalid. Kyon? Why? See, in the multiple choice, you have no problem. But in the exam, you have to write answer. No. Why invalid? Because the first auditor can be appointed only, my humble request, in the exam, when you are writing an answer, try to be as accurately near to the section as possible. So, the board of directors can appoint the first auditor, shall appoint the first auditor within 30 days. But such appointment, the auditor so appointed can hold office only until conclusion of first agent. In the instant case, the board has appointed him for a term of 5 years. Therefore, the appointment is invalid. Okay. If like that, if you write in theory, if it's a long answer, it's a multiple choice, yes, invalid. That's all. Correct. Ms. P has given the answer like this. Invalid as first auditor holds position till conclusion of first AGM at which he may be reappointed. Don't even write that. Why are you giving all that reappointment? He will hold office only till conclusion of AGM. Okay. Got it. Okay. Sir, Silver Tongue is a private company, boss. Meenu ma'am, Silver Tongue is not a government company. Are you by any chance thinking that it's a government company? Silver Tongue is a private limited company, not a government company. Only for government company, appointment is by CAG. Have you understood, madam? Meenu madam? Fantastic. Good. So, moving on. See, these questions are meant only to ensure that you have grasped the point. Sometimes, Bia, Shagupta ji, valid after approval of no. The first auditor can be appointed by correctly. See, the board of directors has approved. No need for further. Maybe you got this confused. I think you got confused. This does not mean that the shareholder should approve. No. This means normally board will appoint within 30 days. In which case, no need for approval by shareholders. That auditor will hold office until conclusion of first AGM. On failure, in case the board does not appoint, only then members will appoint within 90 days at AGM. Got it? 90 days from date of registration. 30 days from date of registration. Okay. Got it? Correct. Okay. So all this is again, no, these are all, that is why we are asking these type of questions. Because Julie Kumari also is giving the correct answer. Okay, thank you. Now, Managing Director of PQR Limited wants to appoint Sri Ganapati, a practicing CA, as first auditor of the company. Comment on the proposed action of the MD. Friends, question is very carefully to be read. Board can appoint the first auditor within 1 month, 30 days. But managing director cannot appoint. This is not one of the inherent powers of the managing director. This is not one of the inherent powers of the managing director. The MD does not have this power. Only board can appoint. There should be a board meeting. They have to appoint. Okay. Maybe they can do it by postal ballot, by circulation, but they don't want to take that risk. The first board meeting, better have a proper board meeting, because there are other things also we will do there. The preliminary expenses will be approved. Sometimes that may be reimbursed also. Company secretary appointed. So many things will happen in that one meeting. Therefore, better to have a physical meeting. Don't take a risk. Okay. Here we go with the government company problem. A company includes the following shareholders also. Also means other shareholders are there. These are also there. Bank of Baroda, a nationalized bank, 12% of the subscribed capital. National Insurance Company Limited, carrying on general insurance business, holding 10%. Maharashtra State Financial Corporation, holding 8%. Advise the company whether the provisions relating to appointment of auditor in case of government company are applicable to it. Discuss in the light of provisions of the. You can give your answer. That is why I taught you the definition of government company. Should this appointment be done by CAG or by Shagupta, madam? You already said CAG. I think you said CAG, no? Check out. How about this company? Waiting for answers, boss. Nobody is giving any answer. Is this company a government company? The answer is, nobody wants to give an answer? I'm just waiting for a couple of answers so that I can react. No, sir, as the conditions that 51% is not held by a combination of CG and O. Correct. Correct. Absolutely correct. Ms. P is correct. This is not a government company. Has not hold 51% of shares. Yes, correct. Board of directors can appoint. So your answer should be about 5 lines. Okay. Good. Good. Wonderful. So as rightly pointed out by one second. Julie Kumari, as well as Miss P. Correct. Now Dhanush says he would like to have a little more clarity on this, which I will try to give him. See, in the question here is, who can appoint the auditor of this company? There are 2 types of auditor appointment. First auditor. One is by government for government company. Other is for other than government company. So you have to know, first of all, decide. First you have to decide, Dhanush, whether this is a government company or not. If you say it's not a government company, then you will come here. If you say it is a government company, you go here. So you have to first decide, is this company a government company? Definition of government company says 51%, not less than 51% of the subscribed paid up capital should be held by central government or any state government or state governments in any combination, or central government and 1 or more state governments. Or it should be a subsidiary of a government company. Here, no government is holding shares. Central government, state governments, nothing. Only some government companies are holding, like Bank of Baroda, National Insurance Company, Maharashtra State Financial. These are all government companies. Even they are not holding more than 51%, which means this company is not a subsidiary of them. Simply they are holding totally 30%. So, conclusion, this company is not a government company. Therefore, appointment of auditors can be done by the board of directors within 30 days. This is the answer. Hope this clarifies, Mr. Dhanush. It will be nice if you can confirm if you have understood. Since you have said I didn't get understood this question, it will be nice if you can say you have understood or not. Okay. Thank you. That's nice. Now, we go to the next category of appointment. What is that? Subsequent auditor. From the incorporation date, within 30 days or whatever, 60 days, whatever, CAG appoints or board appoints, some nonsense appointment, first auditor appointed. He will hold office only till the conclusion of the first annual general meeting. Skip baad, what happens? Thereafter, subsequent auditor appointment. So, auditor is appointed for a period of 5 years at a time. Reappointment is for 5 years at a time. This is a good thing. Gives some kind of a peace of mind to the incumbent. So every year he need not worry about his reappointment. So in every AGM, every year we won't have auditor appointment. Only in the sixth year. Why sixth year? Because first AGM, first auditor will go away. Either he will be reappointed or somebody else. That gentleman will or firm will hold office for 5 years. So from the first AGM, we start. Second AGM, third AGM, fourth AGM, fifth AGM, sixth AGM. So from the sixth AGM, from the first AGM, we will appoint him for a period of 5 years. He will hold office till the conclusion of the sixth AGM. Who will appoint? For government company, CAG only can appoint. For government company, no way. CAG only will appoint within 180 days of commencement of financial year. So, for current year, 25-26, year ending on 31st March 2026, 180 days from 1/4. So, 6 months. April, May, June, July, August, September. So, before September 30th, this government companies will get their CAG order. The auditor also will get it. Then regularization will happen, etc., etc. Got it? He will hold office until conclusion of next AGM. Every year, the CAG will appoint again. No comfort of 5 years and all for government. But usually, when a CAG appoints an auditor, usually they give the appointment for 3 years. Normally, they will renew it for 3 years. After that, cooling period and all that. So, and this is only option. No rule, no condition, no section. Next year, the CAG can say, get out. They may appoint somebody else. Okay? And you can't go to court also. Because it's a voluntary thing. Yeah. You cannot say, you have to appoint me for 3 years. Okay? Generally, they will. So, of course, if you really want to play games, you can go, yeah. You see, you are appointed for 1 year. Then second year, they don't appoint you. Your work was done in an extraordinarily brilliant way. Working papers are there. You want to take on means he's a good lawyer. You get a good advocate. Maybe hire my son. Go to the High Court and file a writ. File a writ. It's a state government, file in High Court. Okay, central government, file in Supreme Court. File a writ saying that I have been instrumentality of the state while taking a decision. The CAG has been something you put, yeah, and let the court decide. Finally, the writ of mandamus will issue against the CAG, directing them to appoint you. After that, CAG will see to it that your career is gone. Don't worry. With that one writ in your favor, but can't say. Today's world, I tell you, 15 years ago, I'd have worried about this. Today, I am myself thinking, why not go on a writ? Because government is becoming like that. So why not? And lawyers are, today, I think there is a way to go. That's why my son wanted to become an advocate when he was about 13 years old. I said, become an advocate. That is the world is for the advocates. File a suit. I'm not joking. The advocates can do anything. Okay. So I just see, as usual, I'm giving examples. Don't get carried away. As far as income, your exam is concerned, government company, the CAG will appoint within 180 days of commencement of the financial year. Okay, they got 180 days to suggest. In the meantime, the old auditor will work. Are you able to understand? So it will be like this fellow, the earlier current year, 25 auditor would have been appointed, say, in August 24. That gentleman will be conducting the audit. He will give his audit report in July or August. July. In the meantime, his own reappointment will come, or some new fellow will come. Whatever, life goes on and on. Okay, but whatever it is, the auditor appointed by the CAG will hold office until conclusion of next AGM. Got it? Only 1 year. But in the case of non-government company, maybe I have not written here, so some of you may get angry with me. Please don't do that. This is government company. This is non-government company. Or I would prefer to say, instead of saying non-government, I would prefer to say other. If you apply Boolean, this is set of companies. This is government company. This is others. This others is a very, very powerful word. Later on in some other section, in case in this topic we won't get, but some other topic you'll find. Otherwise, that word otherwise is very powerful. When the word otherwise is, suppose they give you a list of examples and then say otherwise, that means everything and anything is covered. Because otherwise, yeah, if it is not covered in these three, something new, otherwise is there. That otherwise will cover everything. Like that. Okay, that word others is a very powerful, because with that word others, the entire universe is covered. It means universe in Boolean, not universe in philosophy. Boolean algebra, the universe is the set of all the things which have that quality are called universe. So company, so all the companies incorporated in India and which are active is the universal set. In that universal set, government companies is one subset. They have defined the government company. Now they're saying other companies. That means other than government company. That means any other company. Complete. The rest of the universal set is fully covered in this others. Okay, other companies. All other companies will hold off. I mean, the auditor will be appointed by the members at the first AGM. So appointment of auditors at the first AGM and every fifth AGM is an ordinary business. Got it? You have to appoint or reappoint. That gentleman or firm will hold office from the conclusion of the first AGM till conclusion of sixth AGM. 5 years now. First AGM you are appointed. Then second, third, fourth, 5, 6. Sixth AGM. So you will have life till sixth. Later on, we'll see rotation. Later on, we will talk about compulsory rotation of auditors. Which companies have to have and all. Not all companies have to have compulsory rotation. Only certain selected type of companies will have. In those cases, but appointment of auditors will always be for 5 years at a time. And you can keep on appointing him. Unless rotation is there, same auditor can be reappointed continuously. For example, our firm has been auditor for so many of our clients. They are 60 years old. Client is 100 years old, 60 years old. We have been their auditor for 40 years, 30 years, 45 years. They have clients in sort of second generational firms. Like many of the generational firms, we have such clients. They are generational, we are generational. We go on and on and on. Okay. Of course, this is why the government said rotate. You guys are getting too close to each other. Let's see. Let's talk about rotation. 1/4 of the subscribed capital of AMC Limited was held by the government of Rajasthan. 1/4 means 25%. Mr. Neeraj, a chartered accountant, was appointed as an auditor of the company at the AGM held on 30th April 2021. Not bad, yeah? They are holding the AGM on 30th April. Not bad. By an ordinary resolution. Agreed. Mr. Sanjay, a shareholder of the company, objects to the manner of appointment of Mr. Neeraj on the ground of violation of the Companies Act 2013. Decide whether the objection of Sanjay is tenable. What is the procedure to be followed in case, as for this alone, one answer. Now, another option, in case the central government also holds 1/3 of the subscribed capital. See, already 25 plus 33.33. Got it? So 28, 58.33. Now beyond 51. So here, as of now, only 1/4 of the subscribed capital is held by AMC, is held by Government of Rajasthan. No problem. Non-government. Appointment by the shareholders at the AGM by an ordinary resolution, valid. But so the procedure to be followed is this. But the minute you say central government is also holding, then government company. So appointment of auditor by the board is not valid. Not valid. It has to be done through by the CAG. The minute central government became your shareholder and you become a government company, immediately you should go to CAG and say, and they will take care. There are follow them. Within 180 days, they will next. Okay. Let us see if anybody has given any answer. 5 years tenure is not appointment applicable for government company because every year CAG will reappoint. And the same auditor, and that depends. As I told you, that's in CAG's choice. They may reappoint, minimum they'll give 3 years time. Because the reason is, see, if they keep on changing every year, that new firm has to come, and it can't be an ordinary firm, a substantially big firm. They have to take over. Each firm will have its own style. Company has to really struggle. And remember, on the one hand, one fellow is auditing. Now this fellow is being appointed. Suddenly a new man is coming. He is asking. In the transitional year, maybe you will have a problem. But every year, if you have to do this, so the CG itself will give 3 years life. But that is only CAG's option. Government company auditor every year change. 5 years tenure does not apply to government company. Correct. Sir, there is first auditor appointed and we appoint. What is it? Subsequent auditor when he is in the company. Can't. See, two auditors cannot operate at the same time. Yeah. So what you are trying to say is you appointed Mr. A or A and Co as the first auditor. Now, during the course of the year, you don't like that gentleman. You want to appoint B. There is a procedure for that. Let's see that. You want to appoint a person other than the auditor. You have to, it's a long-winded procedure. You can't just like that appoint another auditor. You wait for my suggestion, hold on till the first AGM. At the first AGM, you bring in that. But or else if you very badly want before first AGM, there is a provision. When we come to removal, I will pitch you. But unless you do that, you cannot appoint another auditor. Are you able to understand? You can't just like that appoint you at your own whims and fancies. You can't. Once an auditor is appointed, it's a sacred appointment. You can't play around with it. See, because you see, you are putting so much burden on me. Nafra and all on my head. Therefore, the board of directors cannot play games with me. I have power. You can't just like that remove me. No. There's a procedure on the way in which you remove an auditor. Once appointed. You want to remove, either I resign. You come to me, fall at my feet and say, sorry, sir, we are not able to handle the way you're auditing. You are too tough. Another Mr. Gentleman is there, very, very going auditor. You won't ask any questions. Even if something is happening, you will say, chalo. So I want to go to him. Please go. I will be the happiest man. Take my resignation and run. I will give. Because, see, the quality of my firm depends on the quality of my audits. Suppose I take useless people as my clients, my practice will go down. So I believe in highest quality of ethics. So, in fact, I used to tell my partners and my key employees, one important thing I used to say, the quality of our firm is known not by the type of clients we have alone. Definitely, when we have top listed companies clients, it's a good thing. But the quality of a firm is not known by only by the quality of clients it has, or it is known by the quality of the client it chooses to have. Okay, there should be a clear-cut threshold. If he doesn't cross it on an ethical front, on a process front, on a compliance front, we don't even touch that fellow. So sometimes what happens, in their eagerness, they will force. They will say, no, we'll be honest, we'll be good people. Please believe me, they'll appoint. Then subsequently, even we will know from the way they are answering the questions that they are useless people. Then even I would resign. I said, please, my dear friends, you take your file and go. I will be happy, you be happy, separately together. So invariably, I will push out first. If they come, believe me, by the time, first 2 months of my audit, I will know what quality that fellow is. If he is not up to the quality of ethics and compliance that we demand in our firm, politely we will say, go somewhere, choose somebody. 5 lakh auditors across India, you can't find one auditor, go. So this may sound very arrogant and this may sound very as if I don't need files. I need, every year we acquire easily put minimum 10% acquisition rate and attrition comparatively less. It's not that with this type of attrition is there. When the fellow's quality is bad, I push him out. So it's not what I call as voluntary attrition. I push him out myself. Involuntary attrition, beyond my control now. With my control, I push many people out. So please go. Or sometimes it will reach a stage where the process that we have put in place, he cannot handle. They will shift the blame. They will say your people are not cooperative, blah, blah, blah. So what? Okay, you don't like now. Go. We'll be ready. Go. What do you want me to do? You'll remove, so sir, please resign, sir. Immediately take the resignation. Go. Don't even stand here. Okay. Sorry, I'm maybe making a very bold statement here, but I hope it will make a mark, a very strong mark in your minds. So when you are put in a similar state of trial, I hope you will have the guts to say go to your client. Okay. You can CAG appoint auditor for more than 3 consecutive years? Jayendra Bogale, this is a wonderful question, but you are asking the right question to the wrong person. I am not the CAG. You are the CAG. Normally, no. Mr. Bogale, normally, no. But if you want, you become CAG, you appoint 5 years, my firm. See, boss, these are all exam-oriented questions you ask, yeah. Very, very practical question. Whether CAG will appoint beyond 3 years. I have not heard. Maybe they may. Maybe you form your firm. CAG may appoint 4 years, 5 years, lifelong. How do I know? The CAG's decision, yeah. I can't do anything about it. And I'm only saying what the current trend is. Even there, I'm telling you that 3 years is nobody's right. So only a sort of understanding that CAG empanelment sort of says, more than 3 years, no. Okay. See, these are the type of questions, sometimes I feel very excited when students ask, because I used to think, this man is asking this question, how it will help him in the examination? Like that I used to ask. I used to think, where it will help him in the exam? Because in the exam, definitely, they are not going to ask you that question. Okay. No, anyway, the question is asked out of curiosity. Answer is, I don't know. Mujhe nahi malum. Maybe when I meet the CAG sometime, I'll ask him, sir, have you ever given for more than 4 years, 3 years? Or maybe under the RTA, Right to Information Act, CAG is a government. You can ask a question, send a question under the RTA to CAG. Are there list of firms who have been appointed beyond 3 years? Like that. Seriously, you can ask under the RTA. And CAG has to answer. Okay. So this is, now we have seen the basic rules. Now we go to appointment. The procedure, briefly. Before appointment, you have to obtain the following from the auditor. 1, a written consent to the appointment. So you have to first write a mail to him saying, we wish to appoint you. Kindly confirm your consent in writing. Also, please confirm or please certify that the appointment, if made, will be in accordance with the conditions, especially with regard to maximum number of audits you are entitled to do. So if all partners together, you have to have into 20, whether our company, if you take, whether it will be within the limit. He has to confirm it. In fact, in general, he should say, I'm not disqualified, otherwise disqualified. And the appointment, if made, will be well within the limits prescribed under the Companies Act. Okay. So we have a standard certificate that we give. This is before the appointment. Then this is for all appointments, whether by the board of directors or by CAG or by the AGM. It is the duty of the board. The company secretary has to do all this. Send a mail asking for a written. Usually now it's done by mail, not letters. Then a certificate. Then put that in the file. Then call for the meeting, board or general or whatever. Appoint the auditor. Then after the appointment, send a mail letter to him saying you have been appointed. Maybe, see, auditing is a statutory duty, no doubt. But it is also a contractual obligation. It's a very peculiar thing. The audit is conducted under the statute. So it is compulsory for every company to have an auditor. But once they identify the auditor is entering into a contract, like any other contract, but for a certain deliverable, for which he is paid a fee. Got it? It's a very peculiar thing. Okay. So, sort of, we have to be very careful, which is why when we accept the audit, we also send them clear cut what we are liable for, what we will do, what we do not do, and what we are expecting from them also clear cut. So that if all these are complied with, then we can take up the audit. Let that be. Rather, we will accept the audit if these things are to do. Then, but of course, once things are done, see, once a preliminary review is done, no, these are all formalities. Just have to, there is one group of people in my office, they will take care of all that. They will receive this mail, then they will send the consent, then they will get the appointment letter, and they will ensure that the notice of appointment is filed with the registrar within 15 days in form number ADT1. Duty of company to file form number ADT1. So the Ministry of Corporate Affairs will constantly monitor whether each firm, each partner is within the 20 limits or not. Okay. So they will, in case any partner is violating, they will take action, and also disqualification. Straight away, that company will have to get another auditor. Obviously, the last company. Appointment includes reappointment. See what will happen now. You are already auditor of 20 companies. You are appointed in the 21st company. That 21st company is not valid. You are disqualified. You got my point? The first 20 are valid. Now, how can I go and remove that? Or else you should have the smartness to say, wait a minute, allow me to resign, go to that one of these 20 companies or whatever and ask them to change it. Whatever. Okay. Usually in our firm, since we at one point in time we had 8 partners, now we have 6. We'll again go back to 8 or 7 or whatever. Point is, so we have some gaps. So they'll see who has got they'll put that in mind. Whoever has got gap, they'll put in that company there. Okay. Inform the auditor and file a notice, very important, ADT1. The auditor should give a certificate. You remember the certificate? What should it say? The individual or the firm, as the case may be, is eligible for appointment and is not disqualified for appointment under the Act, the Chartered Accountants Act, and the rules and regulations made therein. The proposed appointment is as per the terms provided under the Act, is within the limits laid down by or under the authority of the Act. In case any disciplinary proceedings are pending, then the list of proceedings against the auditor or audit firm or any partner of the audit firm pending with respect to professional matters of conduct as disclosed in the certificate is true and correct. Should be nil. Any disciplinary proceedings pending, nil, none, whatever. But if at all it is there, then correctly you give it. Write it correctly. Now, just for information, the audit committee plays a very vital role in the selection of the auditor for those companies that are required to appoint, those companies which are required to appoint at least two independent directors. Don't worry about what they are and all. Such companies should constitute an audit committee and a nomination and remuneration committee. Okay. So don't worry about this. I'm only giving this to help you understand that audit committee is a compulsory committee. All listed public companies should have an audit committee. Other companies which are not listed, again, like we saw, 100 crore and all that, which are required to appoint at least two independent directors, should have an audit committee. The role of the audit committee is very, very important. See, other than listed company, all listed companies should have an audit committee. Other than listed companies, all public companies with a paid up capital of 10 crore or more should have an audit committee. All public companies having turnover of 100 crore rupees or more turnover should have an audit committee. Public companies, note it, your honors, public company. All public companies having in aggregate outstanding loans or borrowings, deposits exceeding 50 crore. See, these type of companies are those that should have at least two independent directors. For listed company, 1/3 of the directors should be independent. Here, at least two. Such companies should form an audit committee. Why this audit committee is very important? Because audit committee plays a very crucial role in selection and appointment of auditors. In case your company is a company which is required to constitute an audit committee under section 177, not in your syllabus, then the audit committee only will take into consideration the qualification and experience of the individual and whether such qualifications and experience are commensurate with the size and requirements of the company. So it is not just you can appoint anybody and everybody. See, suppose the company is a complex business, size huge, then we should also see whether the firm or the auditor has the experience and knowledge to handle it. Okay. A company which is not required to constitute an audit committee under section 177, then in this case, the board of directors itself will select. Okay. And it shall have regard to any order or pending proceeding relating to professional matters of conduct. If there is any disciplinary proceeding, they should consider my call. See, idea is tomorrow, in case there is an inquiry, the Serious Fraud Investigation Office will ask, when did the audit committee meet? Did you find out whether this gentleman is having disciplinary committee? Did you know who he is or who she is or who that firm is? Did you take precaution? Out without knowing, so he's got 5 disciplinary proceedings against him. Why you appointed him in your company? Like that. Therefore, be very, very careful. The audit committee should bend over backwards to appoint only worthy people, ethical people as auditors. Unethical firms should be avoided. A company which is required to constitute an audit committee, the competent authorities audit committee, which will recommend the name of the firm or individual to the board. In case it is not required, then the board itself will consider and recommend the individual or firm to the members in the AGM for appointment. See, once the audit committee refers to the board, it is the board will ultimately bring it to the AGM. But where there is an audit committee, it is the audit committee which will do complete scrutiny and arrive at the conclusion. Normally, the audit committee's recommendation will be accepted by the board, except in rare cases. Most of the time, suppose audit committee will, once they give the green top, that's it. Wow. It is all this. Where there is no audit committee, the board itself can take the call. Now, Appointment includes reappointment. Madam, let me explain. Fine. See, definition. If you go to definitional section, you'll find they say appointment includes reappointment. This is not here. Anyway, it's very simple. In 2 minutes, we can understand it. Okay. See, here, Mr. ABC firm is appointed at the first AGM. They will hold office from this conclusion of first AGM till 6th AGM. At the 6th AGM, ABC company is a firm, can be reappointed for another 5 years. Now, while reappointing for another 5 years, the same procedures are to be followed. Though the word appointment is used here, it includes reappointment. Therefore, when you reappoint him also, all these procedures are to be followed. You cannot say, already we did it now, no need for now. You do it again, you have to do it. Have you understood? That is the meaning of the word appointment includes reappointment. Have you understood, madam? Can you confirm that you have understood? Yeah, thank you. Okay, madam, thank you. No, any doubt, please ask. I'm also going as slow as I can. But if you have any doubts, please ask. Don't hesitate anytime. See, this NAFRA we already saw. You know, I don't have to waste your time on NAFRA. Again, why we bring NAFRA here? Because NAFRA is holding my neck. NAFRA can catch me. I'm constantly looking over my shoulder whether NAFRA is watching me, whether NAFRA can get me. Okay, whatever. Okay, I'm paranoid. Companies with securities listed on any stock exchange in India or outside India. You know that. Unlisted companies, paid up capital, greater than 500. We saw that in accounts, the same. Okay. Now, why we bring NAFRA here? Now, this was already taught in accounts. I'm just showing you again. This is not new. Already taught. Now, why I'm saying such companies which are covered by NAFRA also should inform NAFRA. Every existing body corporate, other than a company governed by NAFRA rules, shall inform the NAFRA. NAFRA means NFRA, National Financial Reporting Authority. I'm using a popular acronym pronunciation. Though there is no vowel in between N and F, we sort of put an there, as in but, U as in but, NAFRA. Okay? Within 30 days of the commencement of the NAFRA rules, inform NAFRA 1 the particulars of the audit as of today, they have not made it mandatory. Okay. Every body to operate other than a company as defined in clause 20 of section 2, formed in India and governed under NAFRA rules shall, within 15 days of appointment of an auditor under subsection 1 of section 139, inform NAFRA 1. Idea is, in addition to informing registrar, you should also inform NAFRA. Okay. As of now, this is not compulsory. Term of auditor, listed companies and other prescribed classes of companies, except one-person company and small companies. So we'll see prescribed. Listed companies in prescribed class, except one person and small companies, no rotation. Shall not appoint or reappoint an individual as auditor for more than one term of 5 consecutive years. An audit firm as auditor for more than 2 terms of 5 consecutive years. So individual, 1 term, 5 years. Firm, 2 terms of 5. So you get 10 years. Okay. This is for listed companies and certain prescribed companies. 1% company, no rotation. Small company, no rotation. Also, if you are not coming in the prescribed class, no rotation. Okay. Sir, I'm not a small company. Should I have rotation? I'm not listed also. I'm not small also. Then check if you are coming in that prescribed class. Otherwise, you are not. Okay. Got it? If you are a small company, go. If you are a 1% company, go. Okay. Which means all other companies which are not covered can appoint an auditor for any number of consecutive periods of 5 years each. 5 years at a time. 5, lifelong. Prescribed classes of companies. All unlisted public companies having paid up share capital of rupees 10 crores or more. All private limited companies having paid up share capital of rupees 50 crore or more. All companies having paid up share capital of below threshold limit, but having public borrowings from financial institutions, banks, or public deposits of 50 crores or more. Okay. OPC and small companies are excluded, right? Which means that most of these are excluded. Because today, small company limit is huge. Am I correct? So, even if they are crossing this limit, if it is a small company. So, only if you cross the small company threshold or this 50 crore public deposits, even then if you're a small company, you're not covered. You cross the small company threshold, only then you will come under the rotation. Okay. Of course, listed company rotation, certain public companies, unlisted public companies, of 10 paid up share capital 10 crore or more. Private companies paid up share capital 50 crore or more. Rarely you will find those categories. Okay. So mainly when you have listed companies, we are a little conscious that we cannot be appointed for more than 5 years. If we are a firm, so 5 into 2 terms, 10 years we can. After that, another firm. Then again. Reason for rotation, familiarity breeds content, or rather, familiarity breeds contempt. No, it breeds content. Contentment. Okay. So, auditor also happy, company also happy, this will look like that, go. The fear, okay, as usual, the fear is that auditors are unethical, will be unethical, like that. It happens. I mean, I'm not going to argue that point. There are people like that. But one thing I've realized at the age of 59, that I can tell you with happiness and peace of mind, sitting in my office comfortably, talking to a group of intelligent students like you, we're doing something that I love doing more than even earning from my practice. I love these times that I get to converse with young students like you. I think this is more important for me. Of course, that pays the rent. That is the bread and butter. This is only the jam. But still, what I'm saying, if you are ethical, you are happy. Okay? Nobody can take away the happiness from you. But if money is earned in an unethical way, any time they can come and catch you and shame you and take the money away from you. So that is why, just for sake of little bit of, 2 minutes to relax. There is a famous work by Adi Shankara. It is called Bhaja Govindam. Actually, it's not called Bhaja Govindam. It's called Bhaja Govindam because the first line begins Bhaja Govindam. It was originally called by Sureshwaracharya. It was called Moga Mutkara. Moga Mutkara. Mutkar is a kind of a pestle. You hit it. And Adi Shankara was hitting. And he says, that's why the first verse itself will begin. Moga Mutkara. It says, Muda, O fool, Muda Jahihi, Dana Agama Trishna. Dana Agama Trishna. See how beautiful it is. Muda Jahihi. You fool, stop. That desire to earn more and more wealth. Okay? Yellabase, Nija Karmopaktam, Vittam, Tena, Vinode Chittam. Yellabase, Yet Labase, Nija Karmopaktam. That money, that earning, that wealth, which is earned by Nija Karma, which is earned by ethical, shall we say, behavior and work. With that wealth, satisfy yourself and be happy. Why I give this, Bhajagovindam? Let it be a hardcore underlying sloka for your life, irrespective of religion. This has nothing to do with religion. It is everything to do with ethics. Am I correct? This is not a religious statement at all. This is an ethical statement. Adi Shankara says, you fool, you will never have peace of mind if you are only hunting after money. Rather, but he doesn't say don't earn money. He says earn money by ethical means. And with that wealth, he doesn't use the word that income. He says by that wealth, vittam, tena vinodesha. With that wealth, satisfy yourself. I mean, this may come as an irritation to some of you, or it was unnecessary. But remember, the man giving this advice is a Buddha, senior member of the profession, 35 years, more than that under my belt in practice. Now I am telling you, be ethical. Yellabase, nija karmopattam vittam tena vinodaya chittam. Those who earned money by false means have become ill-treated. They have been caught by the collar and taken by the CBI and put in jail. How much ever money you earn, is it worth the shame in front of the family when this happens? It's not worth. Okay, so be ethical, my dear friends, not because the institute says, not because NAFRA says, not because MCA says, not even because God says, but because your conscience will tell you, don't do that. So, coming out of this unnecessary ethical advice to the terms of the auditor. So, those companies coming in this category, individual only 5 years. Again, you have to rotate. Firm, 5 years, then another 5 years, 2 consecutive years, two consecutive terms, 2 terms, whereas individual only 1 term. Okay. Small companies are excluded, even though they may come in this category. If you are a small company, excluded. OPC excluded. Okay. So an individual auditor who has completed his term shall not be eligible for reappointment in the same company for 5 years from the completion of his term. For 5 years, he cannot be reappointed. That's called cooling period, cooling off period. So once your 5 years term is over, you cannot be appointed for another 5 years. An audit firm which has completed of 2 terms of 5 or 1 term shall not be eligible for reappointment as auditor in the same company for 5 years from the completion of such term. So 5 years cooling period, then again you can be reappointed. Okay. See, my memory was in 2017, this whole thing started, and they gave some time, extra time, 3 years and all that. Then they said you have to change. So some of the companies where we have been for 30 years, 35 years and all, they came under that category. So they wanted that. Came a real challenge. Because when we go to the company's board, listed company also, most of them are family-owned businesses. Listed, but family-owned. So we go to the MD and tell him, sir, I can't be your auditor anymore. The man is shocked. He says, Shrikant, what is this? You can't be my auditor. What will I do? How will I manage? Sir, I don't know what to do, sir. This Ministry of Capital Affairs says I'm a fraud and that I might cheat you, or I might cheat the shareholders of your company. Therefore, you and I will collude and correct fraud. Most of MDs are they'll laugh. Shrikant, you know me 35 years. When I have done anything fraud? That and all is not their concern. You are a fraud, I'm a fraud. I have to go. Okay. So they will laugh, say, Shrikant, give a solution. So I tell him, boss, we'll get another auditor. You hire it. But yeah, I'll be there. Okay. No. You ought to be there throughout. So they will keep me as some kind of a consultant assignment. Something, you be there. Okay. And the new firm will come and do that. They'll be mostly coming and going. Exactly 5 years later, immediately, Shrikant, come, auditor appointed. Come back. I'm saying the trust that you build with the client now cannot go away so easily is the point. Once you're having good clients and once you're having clients whom you can trust and who trust you, you cannot go away. In fact, many times I've had bitter argument with my clients and I'm saying, Mr. MD, I'm not your auditor, I'm the company's auditor. I've told like that. What do you mean, Shrikant? I said, sir, in this case, you're only looking at one angle. Shareholder angle is also there. Please see that. If everything is satisfied, I'll sign. Otherwise, no sign. And I think like that. Once you start thinking like that, then ethics becomes a second nature for you. Otherwise, Kashad Mehta hai, Ketan Parekh hai. They also made money. What is the use? Nirav Modi is there. They're all making money. What is the use? Ramalinga Raju, you name. I can give you 10 names, people. Well-known frauds. There are unknown frauds also. Audit firm having a, it's very important from the exam point of view. அப்போ Monday தானே? So, see, audit firm having a common partner or partners to the other audit firm whose tenure has expired in a company immediately preceding the financial year shall not be appointed as auditor of the same company for a period of 5 years. You understood? See how easy it is. See, now think about my own example. What does that MD want? Srikanth, I don't care what. I want you with me. So what I do immediately, I'm partner Karpagam Mission Natarajan. I quietly form another firm, some other firm, yeah, some nonsense firm. Then to my maybe take one more partner from my own firm, myself, two of us go there. And or I get totally a stranger, two people, and I become a partner there. That firm will become auditor of this company. Not possible. Not possible. Audit firm having a common partner or partners to the other audit firm whose tenure is expired in a company immediately preceding the financial year shall not be appointed as auditor. Got it? So if there are common partners, cannot. Okay. So here's the case. Ram, Rahim, Robert, and Co. is a firm of chartered accountants with three partners, Ram, Rahim, and Robert. Robert is a common partner in Robert Associates and LLP. Okay. Now Ram, Rahim, Robert and company was appointed as auditors of the company Rainbow Detergents for two consecutive period of 5 years, 2016 to 26. Wow. Now the company wants to appoint Robert as its auditor. Can they do so? Let us see. Consecutive years means years coming one after the other month. 24, 25, 26 consecutive years. Consecutive number means numbers coming one after the other. 3 consecutive years means 3 years coming one after the other. Consecutive, one after the other. 1, 2, 3, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28. So somebody got appointed in 23, then 23, 24, 25, 26. 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 5 years. Okay. Consecutive. So here, Mr. Robert is a common partner. Therefore, Robert Associates cannot be appointed. You got it? There is a common partner you cannot. This is a very interesting question. I would suggest that I don't give an answer, but rather let you answer. So you read it and give your answers in the query. I'm sorry, in the chat or whatever, and I will. Correct. Miss P is as usual correct. Excellent, madam. Now, why don't you tackle this? Lemon and Company Charter. Lemon is basically LMN. This is not CAM. Sorry, this is not CAM. Sorry. This is CAM, not CAM. CA, Mr. M. Okay. kindly read this and write 1, 2, 3, 4 and your answers. I know it will take a little time. Maybe you take it another, say, what we will do now. This is a good point in time to have a break also, not. So now the time is something like 7:15. Let's have a small break for say 10 minutes. By then you can also work on this. Let's see. Sir, small break, sir. Sir, small break. So many of you have written very correct answers in the chat box. Beautifully answered. Let me give my answers. Most of you are tallying with that. If you still have a doubt, you can ask me. So basically, there is a firm called Lemon and Company Chartered Accountants with one Mr. M, CAM, and CAN as partners. They are the statutory auditors of a listed company, big limited. So listed company means rotation of auditors compulsory. So auditor can be appointed, firm can be appointed for 5 consecutive years and another 5 consecutive, two terms of 5 consecutive years. So 10 years. As of now, they have completed 6. That means first auditor, then the first AGM they were appointed, then second AGM, third, fourth, fifth, sixth. So that means in 21, it will be 60 AGM. Correct? So since they are a firm of chartered accountants, they can be appointed for another 5 years. Another 5 years. That means 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. That is 22, 23, 24, 25, 26. So 1 for 21 accounts they will audit. Then at that AGM for 21 March, 21 March ka AGM hai na, that AGM they will be reappointed for 5 years. So 22, 23, 24, 25, 26. So 26 AGM na, year 26 for March 26 AGM na, there they cannot be reappointed. After that, they cannot be reappointed. Lemon and Company cannot be reappointed for 5 years. Cooling period is 5 years. During that period, Dew and Company cannot be appointed in big limited, only big limited. Why? Because M is a common partner. Dew and Company, M is a common partner. Therefore, Dew and Company cannot be appointed as statutory auditor of big during the cooling off period. But another subsidiary, listed subsidiary of Dew, and another listed subsidiary of Big Limited, Dark Limited, you can be appointed. Please note the subtle distinction, Your Honors. Let me see if anybody has answered that. See, you are blindly answered as M is a common partner, Dew and Company cannot be appointed. No. Dew and Company cannot be appointed in Big Limited, but they can be appointed in Dark Limited. Okay, that is a very important point that you may want to know. There is no condition about subsidiary and all. Okay. You're only seeing Big Limited. How about Dark Limited? Nobody is answering for Dark Limited. Okay. Can Lemon and Company be appointed as internal auditors of Big Limited and Dark Limited? Why not? They cannot be, see, if they are going to be appointed as, see, Dew is going to be appointed as auditor of Dark, right? Somebody will be appointed as auditor of Lemon, of Big. Whoever is auditor of Big, whoever is auditor of Dark, Lemon can be appointed as internal auditor of Big and Dark. Okay. I'm not seeing you giving any answer on internal audit. See, this cooling period is only for statutory audit. It is not for internal audit. Okay. So let me take one typical answer by Miss P. For 2 terms of 5 consecutives, another 5 years, 4 years. No, don't go by that 6. See, 6 is because rather, my dear friend, go by 21. Go by 21. 1 for 21. That means AGM of 21, they'll be reappointed for another 5 years. So 22, 23, 24, 25, 20, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26. Another 5 years, they can be reappointed. Okay. It is not 10 years. It is 5 years at a time. Okay. That means what? How they can be for 6 years, you have to think. How? They would have been appointed as the first auditor. That 1 year they would have failed. Then first AGM, there will be 5 years, 6 years. Now, another 5. Little bit you have to think. SEA exam hai na? cooling off period is following 5 consecutive years. Absolutely correct. Okay. But CA is, M is only common in due, therefore due cannot be appointed in big, but they can be appointed in dark. And Lemon can be appointed as internal auditor of big and dark. Any doubts? If you have, you can ask. Otherwise, you can say it. I thought we could give a comprehensive problem like this, which could, Kevin Narona is still hunting for knowledge. He is a bit upset with me. Last session, you had said that you would start the session. Correct, sir. I'm sorry. My mistake. But don't worry. Before I close this session, as rightly suggested by you, I will surely, I will complete it. Of course, Kevin, you're in the Western region. Which part of the Western region are you from? Your name is a little different. So, I'm guessing you're Goan. I'm guessing. I may be wrong. Okay. So, good. No, don't worry, Kevin ji. I will do it. Okay. I will take 137 thoroughly. That slide I will cover fully. If you still have doubts, we will cover the others. Aaj to will do it. Okay. Once my audit team, some people were in Karwar and some people were in Bombay. I was also in Bombay for an audit. There was about 2 to 3 days I had to go. They were there, and then I went for about 2 days. It finished. Then these guys were in Karwar. All of them a core team of about 5 managers. I said, look here, what are we doing? I'm in Bombay. You guys are in Karwar. 3 of us are in Bombay. 2 of you are in Karwar. Let's all come together in Goa. So the audit was over on, I think, Friday. So Saturday morning, Friday night, one group came by train. We flew from Mumbai to, I think it was not Dambole, then it was, I think, Vasco da Gama. And then we go Saturday and Sunday, I think. Sunday night flight, one group went away, and something like Friday, I think Friday, Saturday, Sunday, I don't know. And it was fun. We took motorbikes and went. Idea was to chill, but at the same time to reorient the process of the firm and to understand where we are going. And so it was all mixed, like fun talk, friend talk. So that's a Goa. A lot of visits to Goa, but this is one very memorable visit to Goa. So ABC and Company is an audit firm having partners A, B, and C. Wow. Chartered account. Mr. A, Mr. B, and Mr. C are holding appointment as auditor in 4, 6, and 10 companies. When we say companies, we should accept or presume or assume that these companies are all companies which are coming within that prescribed category. You got my point? So private companies which are OPC, small company, that that category of exempted private company. Please remember. Just going back to disqualifications. One-person company, government company, small company, and private company having paid up capital less than 100 crore. Other than this, all companies are to be counted for 20. So we shall presume that these numbers are only such type of companies. We shall presume that this 4, 6, and 10 are such companies. So A, B, and C, 4, 6, and 10 provide the maximum number of audits remaining in the name of ABC and Company. ABC and Company. 4 into 20, 60. That means totally 20. Am I correct? 4 for A, 4 of A, 6 of B, 10 of C. That means A can still take 20 minus 1. Am I correct? 14 companies. And C can still take 10 companies. So totally 40 companies. 60 minus 20, 40 companies. Totally. But Sublimit is also there. A cannot take more than 20 minus 4, 16. B, 20 minus 6, 14. C, 20 minus 10. 10. Correct? So 40, 30 plus 10, 40. Okay? So 40, but you have to distribute it between APNs. Totally 40 more firms, companies you can take, distribute it. Just more of a, to help you understand. All right. 40, 16, 14, 10. Wow. Miss P, you're really great. Correct. Your answer is correct. Soumya also answer is correct. But sublimit also you have to see. Individual partners also you have to see. This could be relevant for auditing also. If it comes to it, it's relevant for auditing also. See, the problem is the 2013 law came suddenly. It didn't come suddenly. It came with a lot of drag only. But still, we were all thinking it won't happen. Therefore, this rotation thing was sort of thing. So suddenly, when it came in 13, we said, no. We can't. Suddenly, companies, even CII, everybody went and shouted because arrangements have already been made. We've appointed these guys. Now you can't suddenly say you have to change. So they said this will commence after 3 years from the date of commencement of this act. See, there is one chart, boss. It is there in the material. Please go through it. Not relevant anymore because see 17. See, this act came in 13. Therefore, it will come only after 3 years from the date of commencement of this act. So the first, it would have come in 17. That means a company, suppose you have been an auditor of a company for 10 years. When the act was commencing, you are already finished more than 10 years. Then you still get 3 grace years. So 17, you have to change. So 17 was a death year for many of us when some of listed companies, we have to go and I told you, we have to go and tell them, sorry. They will also feel bad. It's not as if they were happy. They were more unhappy than us. What will I do? Like, when it's in the middle of the ocean, suddenly the boatman jumps and runs away. It's like that for many companies. Believe me, a good auditor can be it's like a pillar for a company. Go to. So, on a monthly basis, easily I get about 15 calls from CFOs and directors. It won't be some important thing. It'll be some silly thing also they'll call. Can I do this? Can I do that? Is this right? Is that right? Somebody is needed. That's what I'm saying. Even if you remove this law, you remove that sections. Auditors, chapter 9 removed. No need for statutory auditor anymore. Still, the role of a CA will be performed. They will need an accountant. They will need a guy steady. Believe me, that's what sometimes they'll say, we are all statutory based on statute. Even our own members will talk derogatorily. I think that's not correct. Even without that, there's a huge role that we play. And they need that person. So, okay, maybe I won't sign, that's all. I won't sign your balance sheet. I will still sign because many banks will want me to certify. Bank will still want me to certify. Income tax department will still want me to certify. So just because MCA is removing that section, nothing is going to happen to me. My relevance would still be there. A good accountant is always needed. Yesterday, I was watching this beautiful movie, The Accountant. Fantastic movie. I really enjoyed watching it. Felt a little proud also. Because not that I want to do money laundering and that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying a good account. See the way he will discover fraud. Now, if you see that movie, it's a beautiful movie where the way he will discover fraud, you should be proud how he analyzes the numbers for 15 years and then he locates the exact reason where it has gone. Ultimate, beautifully. If you want to become a chartered accountant, successful practicing CA in auditing, forensic, then you watch that movie. It's a beautiful movie, The Accountant, and how he discovers the fraud and all. And then he reveals it. Then the MD gets angry, fires him. He says, your contract, you're paying the balance, get out like that. It's a good movie. Watch it. But what I'm trying to say is we have a lot more role to play than just statutory audit. Yeah. We have a lot of important roles to play. Okay. So these 3 years came. So there's one chart, yeah, which means that if I am already 10 years, then 3 more years. So 17. If I'm completed only 7 years, then I have 3 plus 3, 6 more years. You got it? If I complete only 1, then 9 plus 3, 12 more years. So we will, from the date of commencement of the act, we will calculate how many years this fellow can be auditor, including the 3 years grace. So the ideal is a case like mine where we've been auditor for more than 25 years, 30 years. So in 17, 0 year, 3 years over, grace period also over. So we have to change. Okay, just 3 more years to breathe and then have to go. So the chart is there. I am not covering it. I'm not teaching it. In the exam point of view, it is not important. It's still, if you want to break your head with the chart, please read it with the concept that there's a grace period of 3 years from the date of commencement of this act. So a firm which has already completed more than 10 years will still have 3 years from the commencement, which will end in 17. So 17 was a year, bloodbath year. But opportunity year also. Because many people have to change now. See, I am saying if you really want control on this, then forget 5 years now. Forget rotation and all that. You have a panel of auditors who are peer reviewed and publish it and insist that your auditor should be peer reviewed and taken only from the panel and give it so that everybody will get a chance, so that every firm should be allotted a listed company. Check out and ensure that all listed companies are audited rotationally. So we don't get a chance to choose. It will be rotational. Give 5, 5, 5 each. Whatever, divide and see how much, two audits to give it. Distribute all the listed companies between peer reviewed firms. And keep on changing. Even once in 3 years, you change. I mean, why not? So that nobody will ever know which audit they will get. No company will ever know who will be the auditor. Keep on playing. Maybe the fear will be there every time. Who's going to come? What's going to happen? And for the auditor also, be careful. Infra will catch you like that. So sometimes the members of a company may resolve to provide. It's optional that in the audit firm appointed by them, the auditing partner and his team shall be rotated at such intervals. See, if it's a large company, they're going to appoint the audit firm for 5 years. Maybe they can say within that 5 years itself, 2 years, one firm or one partner, then another partner should come with this team. Idea is a sort of a review. See, this would be applicable only for non-family owned large businesses, which are worried about the possibility of, so audit committee is there. They may recommend, let's have rotation of partners, but not compulsory. Okay. Or they can also say that the audit shall be conducted by more than one auditor. In fact, this is another thing that I keep on suggesting. For a certain size and above listed company, one auditor is not enough. Have two. And ideally have one multinational firm and one mid-sized one, with say 8 or 10 partners. Right? So that you'll build a capacity within the company for auditing, within the country for auditing such companies. I mean, this is the first step for that so-called Indian Big Four. Okay, the dream of an Indian Big Four. Forget that. First, you have to give in capacity. Now, why are Big Four being hired again and again? Because they say they are having experience. How will these fellows ever get the experience unless you give them the audit? So there should be some method of joint audit. One more thing. When you put a non-Big Four as a joint auditor, the Big Four will be worried. Because after all, the same standard of auditing standard I am reading, the same accounting standard I am also reading. It's not that you are partner Big Four, I am not. Okay, when you come there, I will also see, well, what are you seeing, what am I seeing? Then you are worried. You can't do whatever you want. You can't collude with the management like what happened in Satyam. Because I will be watching. I won't say. So there will be a fear. I mean, you can't automatically assume that The partner of a mid-sized firm would be susceptible to corruption, while the partner of a large multinational firm will not be susceptible to corruption. The statement has to be made to be disproved, because all the cases where there's a collusive fraud are Big Four cases. So anyway, of course, opportunity is also not there. At least give the opportunity, give them the taste. If they are corrupt, let us catch them also, beat them up. As much as you beat me, beat this guy also. 2 times you beat and make them a public spectacle, everybody will be careful. Anyway, these views are all my views. Please, as a practitioner, idea is just to share my thoughts on relevant to this topic. Okay, that's suddenly any one of you who's listening, when after you qualify, you may become Central Council member 10 years from now. At that time, I'll be a very old man. Then you might remember that fellow Srikanth told at that time, you may implement what all I am telling now, or you might recommend, but what can you do as Central Council member? Leave NAFRA and MCA have to do. Maybe you will quietly influence them, make them, or maybe NAFRA and MCA will get some nano them and they will do it. Let us see. Okay. So the central government may by rules prescribe the manner in which the company shall rotate their auditors. Rotation of auditors is good. No doubt about it. I'm not against rotation. But other methods can also be used. Rule 6. Audit committee shall recommend incoming auditor to the board. If no audit committee, board shall recommend. Okay. For the purpose of the rotation of auditors, in case of an auditor, the period for which the individual or the firm has held office as auditor prior to the commencement of the act shall be taken into account for calculating the period of 5 consecutive years or 10 consecutive. I told you now, suppose he has already done 7 years. Then for calculating 10, that 7 should be considered. 7 should be considered. Then remaining 3 plus grace 3. Okay, plus grace 3. So that grace 3 will end. See, anytime now that grace 3 will end. Because that complete 3 will go now. This was 3. You've been 10 years already. Post 17, somebody is completing 10. Then what 3? Where 3? No 3. Okay. Up to before 17 fellows only. Before 14, if you are not completed 10 years only, this 3 years will work. After that, if you completed 10 years, sorry boss, where is the 3 years? That 3 years applies only for before the commencement of the act. Okay. So for calculating this 5 years or 10 years, prior to the commencement also should be added. That's what I told you now. I've already completed 6 years as auditor. Now I got another 4 years. Plus, you have given me. So we are now in 2013 past. So 2013, I'm shivering what to do. But I'm only telling one thing. Only 6 years, so another 4 years. But then government is telling, don't worry, Srikanth, you take another 3 years. So 4 plus 3, 7 years I can be. Then only my thing will happen. But in most senior firms like us, no, already we have completed 10, which means that we got 3 years of grace. That's all. So 13, 14, 14, 15, 15, 16, 16, 17, 17 March, 17 will be changed. Got it? 14, 15, 16. 17 will be changed. Okay. I think this rule came into force in 14 or something. So 14, 15, 16, 17. So 17 AGM, Fanal. Okay. I mean, all this is history, boss. We've gone through it. After that, 22, 5 years got over. Then 27, another 5 years is going to get over. You got my point? So almost we are in the second 5 years now. Most of us are in the second 5 years. In fact, some of us know what happened. In 17, we gave up. So 22, what happened is we got reappointed in 23. In 23 AGM, we got reappointed. So now from 23, we got till 33. 10 years we can keep on going. Okay. The incoming auditor or audit firm shall not be eligible if such audit firm is associated with outgoing auditor or audit firm under the same network of audit firms. See, earlier we saw common partnering. Now, in addition to that, Institute has the concept of network, where there are no common partners, nothing, or they are not even a single firm, but they have decided to become a network. So they will share audits, and they will share knowledge. Maybe CPE, they may continue the professional CPE. Partners will have some, but they are not. For example, you will have one firm in Mumbai, somebody else in Ahmedabad, another person in, say, Mysore, third person in, say, Odisha, Kolkata, one person from, say, Coimbatore. All of you will come together and form a network. So you will not share audit. Suppose you get an audit in Tamil Nadu, you will give it to the Coimbatore guy. Suppose he gets an audit in Sanand, he will give it to you. Joint audits. Hey, the idea is to synergize. In those cases also, in that network, nobody can take that audit. Suppose 5 years, 10 years is getting over, then a firm A cannot give it to another firm in the same network. Okay, sorry. Okay, the outgoing auditor is networked with another audit firm. That audit firm, incoming audit cannot be eligible if he is in the same network as the outgoing audit. This is going beyond a single firm or firms with common partners. We are talking about concept of network. A break in term for a continuous period of 5 years shall be considered as fulfilling the requirement of rotation. See, they are saying if you are not audited for 5 years, then you can be appointed again. That's as good as saying take a cooling period of 5 years. Nothing great. Okay. It need not be. You can take it now itself, is what they're saying. But so long as you're not there for 5 years, again you come. If a partner who is in charge of an audit firm and also certifies the financial statement retires from the said firm, joins another firm of chartered accountants, such other firm shall also be ineligible to be appointed for a period of 5 years. Now, earlier, by listening to this lecture, Srikanth had one nefarious idea. What did he think? Oh, only if common partners are there, probably. So what I will do, I will resign from Karpagam Krishnan Natarajan and I will form another firm with another partner. And we together will take it. Sorry, if you retire and join, that firm can also be not appointed. Okay? Sorry. Everywhere, no way. Let us see if you have any questions. Otherwise, we can move on to the next very interesting transactional name. Dhanushji, is it transactional or is it transitional? I put transaction. Where did you see it? See, transitional means moving from one procedure to another procedure, moving from one way of doing things to another way of doing things. Any moving is a transition. For example, I'm transitioning the slide here. Simple. Even use it in PowerPoint, that same one, slide transition. The slide is moving now from this slide, next slide now. That is called transition. So the transitional period is the period when we are changing over from one system to another system. Okay, it's called transitional. So from non-rotational period to, it's here. Very good. This is it. It is not transactional, boss. Can you read this? TRANSI. Is that what you're asking? Yeah, is that what you're asking? Network. Okay, I'll explain. And very important. First of all, correct your spelling, boss. It's transitional. Transitional is period when we are moving from one method of doing to another method of doing. It's called transitional period. So when the companies came into force, from that time till the 3 years got over, it was a transitional period. That 3 years is a transitional period because I have to get used to it. I'm not able to handle this rotation. I don't know what to do. I'm naked. So don't worry. 3 years, we give you time here. Get used to it. So that 3 years becomes the transitional period. To transit, to move. If you've gone by a flight, you'll know. When you come out of the when you come out from the flight and you go towards the exit, the luggage where you'll get your check-in baggage and all. Before that, you'll find transit passengers. That means what? I'm going to Hyderabad. From Hyderabad, I'm not going to Hyderabad. From Hyderabad, I'm going to Raipur. So I'm a transit passenger. That means I'm transiting from Chennai to Raipur via Hyderabad. So I'm moving. So the period when we are moving from one method of doing to another method of doing is called transitional period. Okay. And many of you are actually, I think many of you will not attend, they are not attending because I speak so much English and that I don't speak Hindi. But I also want to make a point. If you can improve your English knowledge, no, it will be good for you in the long run. Short run, no need, but in the long run, you the benefit of fluency in English. You will, if I tell you won't accept, you will argue, you'll say you won't need. Absolutely. So if you are going to be only in UP, MP, Bihar, you don't need English. But to transition, you'll need to other states, you may want to pick up English. Okay. So now coming to the point. Casual. Now we are moving from appointment to removal, ceasing to be an auditor. First method is casual vacancy. We already saw this term in another context. Somebody was asking, Soumya, trans network. Madam, I'll tell you how it is. Simple. Network is very, very simple. I'll give you an example. My firm has a branch in Madurai. Means my partner is sitting there. My firm has a branch in Tirunelveli. My partner is sitting there. Now I want to have a branch in Bangalore. I don't have money to put one office there and all. But I have a good friend in Bangalore. She's having a nice practice there. And I'm getting some work in Bangalore also, but I don't want to have a full-fledged branch there. So what I talk to her, I tell her, shall we become network? Yeah, no problem. So we register in the Institute Ka website. When we are giving our information, firm information, we say that my firm, corporation, is merged with Shilpa Associates, whatever. So she is now a network firm now. So that whenever I get some work in Bangalore, I will call her and say, Shilpa, you do this work. We'll share the fees. Maybe I'll bill and pay her, or she'll bill into me, or she will bill and pay me. I will bill into her, whatever. That's into our understanding. This is called a network of audit firms. And idea is once you have a network across the country, you are able to service the client, bigger clients. That's the idea. That's the understanding. But or sometimes the expertise can also be network, where one person sitting in Mysore has extraordinarily good knowledge of GST, but he doesn't get work because he's sitting in Mysore for reasons he cannot leave. So he networks with the firm across the whole country. So when they get GST work, they call him for his expertise. So that's again a way of networking. Idea is to explore synergy. So this is called networking, which is a good idea. So here they are saying if the firm is ABC and Co is networked if in XYZ and Co. See, these two guys come under the same network. Okay. Now, ABC and Co is completing 10 years. They are outgoing. Now this company wants to appoint XYZ. They cannot appoint because both the outgoing and incoming are under the same network of audit firms. Okay. I hope I have made network clear. Okay. Now, casual vacancy. Casual vacancy means a vacancy arising due to any sudden reason, which is not predictable. Casual. Suppose somebody, when you're working in a company, they say casual leave. What is casual leave? When it suddenly happens, you have to go on leave. So he says, sir, I want casual leave, sir. CL. So no reasons are given. Thank you, madam, for confirming. Okay. Now, casual vacancy, if it is arising in a government company straight away run to CAG. Oh, yeah, this is gone, that fellow, disqualified, what to do, like that. So within 30 days, CAG will appoint. In case of failure, board of directors within next 30 days. Okay, no problem. But other than, see, 139 is a huge thing. Nidhi, would you like to put your question in the box? or you want to unmute and ask? If you want to unmute, you can unmute and ask quickly. You have raised your hand. If you did it unknowingly, maybe you can retract it over. Okay. Stop. No. So CAG has stopped. Other than government company, casual vacancy, other than resignation. Resignation is a special category. Other than resignation. For example, the auditor incurs any of the disqualifications we have discussed. The auditor incurs any of the disqualifications we have discussed. Then the new auditor can be appointed with a board of directors in 30 days. Obviously, this gentleman or firm will hold office only till the conclusion of the next AGM. Suppose some disqualification is incurred by the current auditor, casual vacancy, then board can appoint within 30 days. Other than resignation, board can appoint within 30 days. That auditor will hold office till the conclusion of the next AGM. At the next AGM, you have to appoint him for 5 consecutive years. You can appoint, nothing wrong. That cannot be done by board. It will be done by the AGM. Okay. But for the interregnum period, see, the idea is at that time you can't hold an AGM, appoint another guy, he had to take the audit. So you will appoint somebody within 30 days, that guy will do the audit, certify, then go to the company and say he's already there. Now we want to, you can appoint it. But only 5 years. AGM 5 years, then another 5 years. So always count 5 years from the AGM date. When he is appointed in AGM, from that time 5 years. This board of directors appointment don't include it. Okay. Casual vacancy due to resignation. Resignation is a very powerful thing because it sends a signal. When an auditor who is auditing your accounts is resigning, world wants to know why. Arnab wants to know why. You have to answer. Why has Auditor Srikanth resigned? The world needs to know. I mean, that's what the MCA feels. Therefore, they say the members at least need to know. So you call an general meeting and get the approval of the members within 3 months of recommendation by board. So the new auditor, if it's a casual vacancy, new auditor will be located by the board and it should be approved by the members within 3 months of recommendation. I don't know what they mean by that. I understand that within 3 means this man has to be approved by the members at a general meeting. Such auditor to hold office till conclusion of next AGM. In my humble view, in all cases of casual vacancy, only till conclusion of next AGM. At the next AGM, they have to be again reappointed. Right. So casual vacancy is very simple. We'll see resignation later. Separately, resignation we'll see later. Here we are dealing with appointment of an auditor in a casual vacancy. Got my point? We are dealing with appointment of auditor in a casual vacancy. Cost in a government company, in other than government company, other than resignation, by resignation. Okay. Now, retiring auditor. See, at the 5th AGM, from now, the auditor will retire. He will hold office till the conclusion of the next AGM, the 5th AGM, rather the 6th AGM. Now, at the 5th AGM from now on, at the 5th AGM from now on, he will have to retire. Or unless you reappoint him. But if it's a rotational case, then you can't go beyond 5, whatever it is. You have to appoint somebody else. But if you don't reappoint somebody, and it is not a rotational case, be very, very careful. It should not be a rotational case. Then the retiring auditor may be reappointed at an AGM for another 5 years or whatever. If it's a rotational case, beyond 10 years, firm cannot be. Beyond 5 years, individual cannot be. Okay. But other than rotational cases, a retiring auditor may be reappointed. If he is not disqualified for reappointment, he has not given the company a notice in writing of his unwillingness to be reappointed. Unwillingness. See, in addition to that, my dear friends, if you want to appoint him for another 5 years, you have to get his willingness, which is compulsory. But this is a case where he has given unwillingness. So he has not given unwillingness. He is not disqualified. A special resolution has not been passed at that meeting appointing some other auditor or providing expressly that he shall not be reappointed. See, members are telling, boss, 100% we don't want that fellow. Okay, we want A, not B. Or sometimes they may say, boss, you want anybody you appoint, but not A. Expressed, and for this, a special resolution should be passed at the meeting, general meeting, AGM. Such a special resolution has not been passed. See, these are all negative conditions. If these negative conditions are satisfied, then retiring auditor is automatically reappointed. Where at any AGM, no auditor is appointed or reappointed, the existing auditor shall continue to be the auditor. Be careful, this cannot apply to a rotational case. Only for non-rotational cases, where the company is not required to rotate. Only then this can happen, otherwise no. Okay. But in the meantime, suppose he is disqualified, or he has given a notice that he is unwilling to be reappointed, or a special resolution has been passed appointing some other auditor, providing expressly that he shall not be reappointed, then he cannot continue. We already saw this, where a company is required to constitute an audit committee. All appointments, including the filling of casual vacancy of an audit under this section, shall be made after taking into account the recommendations of the committee. Audit committee is very important in this. Okay. Now, we have come to removal of auditor. There are 3 categories. Before expiry of term of office, to the annual general meeting. At the annual general meeting, when the existing auditor is retiring, you can propose another auditor. Before expiry, this is your category, where you said, nah, somebody was asking that question, nah, first auditor I appointed, now I want to appoint somebody else. You have to comply with 140 subsection 1 read with rule 7. You can just like that, no, we don't want you, you go, you come. It's not possible. You're dealing with the appointment of an auditor here, not some employee. So, at the AGM, in cases of fraud, separately they provided. This is a knee-jerk reaction for Satyam. I want to check up how many auditors would have been removed under 140 subsection 5 of fraud. Simply because one case, they have created one whole subsection here. As if one auditor commits a fraud, what to do. And how many people will go in this category? Anyway, it's a safety valve. It's there. So before expiry of term, you appointed Mr. A or AB and Co. You honestly thought they are nice people, but they are doing all. So many companies have come to me because the reason was, sir, the auditor is asking all sorts of silly things. He is conducting an audit as if he is Hitler. He is insulting our MD. All sorts of reasons they have come. I said, why should he insult your MD, sir? After all, there is an audit. He is asking for details. You're giving it. He is not satisfied. Then there's a way of doing it. We have a meeting. We can discuss. Maybe if he's still not happy, he always can qualify like that. So there are cases where people are not happy. Then they will come to me and say what to do. I tell them generally, boss, you go to him, convince him to resign and appoint us, rather than go through 140 subsection 1 read with rule 7. Because it's unnecessary for you also. Also, you have to go to central government. But still, if the auditor is adamant, then this is the procedure. hold a board meeting to decide about removal of auditor appointed under section 139, and then authorizing the filing of application to CG. So first step, hold a board meeting. With the board meeting, decide to remove, resolve that, subject to the provisions of section 140, subsection 100, Rule 7 of the Companies Act 2013, and other applicable provisions of the Companies Act 2013, XYZ and company chartered accountants be and are hereby removed as auditors of the company. Resolved further that Mr. D, the MD of the company, be and is hereby authorized to file an application in this regard before the central government. That's all. With that resolution, you apply to the central government in ADT 2 within 30 days of passing of the board resolution. Of course, the central government will call you, they'll call the auditor, but it will be a fantastic, they will call the auditor and really, come on. Who are you? What are you doing, man? Why are they removing you? Yeah, what is happening? So whatever it is, the auditor shall be given a reasonable opportunity of being heard. Maybe he has a point. See, I'll tell you, suppose I were that auditor and this company is an irritating company. They are not providing data. They are irritating. Boss, I will resign and go, yeah. Why fight with these donkeys? Better resign and go. There are thousands of companies in the world there. Why with these fellows? I will resign and go. Most auditors will resign rather than go through this nonsense process. Still, the provision is there. If some rogue auditor is trying to create problem, you have an avenue for removing him. So the auditor shall be given an opportunity, a reasonable opportunity of being heard. He can state. Finally, the regional director will decide. Remove him. That's all. Once the approval is given, then the auditor's removal can be done only by passing a special resolution. Note it, Your Honors, please, special resolution. Hello, please, special. If you are already sleeping because my lecture is a little boring, wake up. Special resolution. Okay. Removal of auditor before expiry of term, obtain central government approval, then auditor should be removed at a general meeting to be held within 60 days of receipt of CG approval. So two conditions. The removal should be done at a general meeting within 60 days of receipt of CG approval. Two, you should pass a special resolution. If both these conditions are satisfied, then remove him. Okay. So here we have an example. Mr. Sachidanand was appointed as the auditor of Moonshine Limited on 19/9/2019. The company wanted to remove him from the expiry of before the expiry of his term. And for this purpose, the necessary board resolution was passed on 21/2020. Okay. So this is the beginning. 21/2020. The application should be made within 30 days. Right? So the necessary application was made in Form ADT2 on 15/2. Not bad. 21/15/2. Well within 30 days. The central government approved the removal on 3/3. Solomon Grundy, born on Monday, christened on Tuesday. Then removed on Wednesday. Okay, what to do? Okay, appointed on Monday, audited on Tuesday, removed on Wednesday. Okay, no problem. But let us see. The central government approved the removal on 3/3/2020. The company held its general meeting on 15/5/2020. Within 60 days of receipt of CG approval, they have to do it. Assume that date of approval and date of receipt same. So 3/3/20. 3/3/20 means 60 days roughly. You should count the number of days. Count. But it's okay. 3/3 means 2/4. 2/4. 2/5. Okay. 3/3. Then 2/4/2/5. The company held its general meeting on 15/5. Right? And passed an ordinary resolution for removal. Is this removal valid? What is your answer? Yeah, I'll explain it. On two counts now, it's going beyond 60 days. The AG general meeting is held beyond 60 days. Correct? Also, they are passing an ordinary resolution, whereas they have to pass a special resolution. Therefore, the removal of Mr. Sachidanand is not correct. Okay. Audio alteram partem. What does it mean? It's a very important Latin term. The here, Audi means here. Audi is the car. Don't worry, not that Audi. Here, it's a Latin term. Audi means here. Actually, the word auditor is from audir. French word audir means, which is from a Latin root. Okay. Audir. Audir means to hear. Audir is to hear. So, main job of an auditor is to listen, hear, ask questions, answers, hear. Audition, hearing. So, audi alteram partem means hear the other party. Listen to the other party. Hear the other party. Alteram means other, opposite. Partem means party. So, hear the opposite party. That means a judicial, see the central government, while deciding under 140 subsection 1 read with rule 7, is operating in a quasi-judicial function. This is a quasi because they are deciding whether this is a fit case for removal. It is not a routine work. It's a quasi-judicial function. And it's not just an executive function where all the checkboxes are ticked, he has to give the approval. It's not like that. He has to apply his mind and decide whether the facts would justify the removal. Okay. So it is a quasi-judicial function. Automatically, the principles of natural justice apply. That automatically means the other party should be given a reasonable opportunity of being heard. In addition to that, here the Act itself says auditor should be given a reasonable opportunity of being heard. Even without the statutory condition, I would say in this case, but of course, there I'll have to go to Supreme Court and up to High Court it will go. But in my humble view, the central government is exercising a quasi-judicial function here. Therefore, automatically principles of natural justice will apply. The other party, who is the other party here? Company is making the application. Who is the other party? Auditor. That auditor should be given a reasonable opportunity of being reasonable. You can't just call one day, come tomorrow, appear before me. He says, I can't come tomorrow, I'll come on Wednesday. No, your case is that. Against. Straight away we'll go to High Court. Yeah, straight away. Writ, that's it. End of that. Okay, so what I suggest, if you want to be in practice, get in touch with at least 2 or 3 successful, active, aggressive lawyers and keep them in your network, keep them in your control, or keep them with your referral matters. So that these matters, you should not hesitate. Whenever the government is doing some nonsense, immediately failure it, question it, and kill them in courts. There's the only way out. We should not bow down to the government like slaves. This is not British period. Yeah. We are in a sovereign democratic republic of India. The constitution enshrined by Dr. Ambedkar is there. Why should I be afraid? I will kill. I will go to court. Okay? That's the only way out here. I mean, I'm being very frank here with you. Government cannot frighten us. Correct. No SR. Beautifully said. Beautifully said. Excellent. All of you have understood the topic. And so, good evening, sir. Madam is speaking. Thank you. Good evening. Okay, now, as I've already promised to my good friend, Mr. Norona, I have to go back to 137. Given the remaining time, I will take 137 quickly and I will conclude this session. Just give me 1 minute to open that file. So 137 is a very simple section which talks about filing of a copy of the financial statements. Yeah, no, nothing, no problem. You're from Bangalore. It's Konkan Coast. Okay, no problem. Good show. I know you're not upset. Just joking. Sometimes, I overreact. I overact. There are two famous actors from South India. One is called Shivaji Ganesan. The other is a lady called Jyotika. Both of them, are famous. The producer would have paid them X amount now. They will act beyond that limit. They will act for beyond that salary. Like that, sometimes I will overdo. Beyond the amount even paid for me, I will do. Because, that's how it is. Okay, so I was overreacting. I don't. Anyway, let's talk about 137, which is what you wanted. Quickly, we'll do this. See, basically, financial statements are to be filed with the registrar. Now, financial statements are to be audited. But auditing alone is not enough. They have to lay it. They have to lay it before the annual general meeting every year. Okay, so 31st March accounts, we should hold it before the AGM. We have to hold it. We have to hold the AGM, and one of the ordinary businesses approval of accounts. So I have to lay it. Now, there are two categories here. One is where the company has not held the AGM. Other is where it has held the AGM. Let us take the good boys first. This is a company which got its accounts nicely audited. It held the AGM. Got it? Now there's one more category. AGM was held. Accounts were adopted. No problem. You have to file the financial statement within 30 days of the date to the AGM. That's all. 85 to 90% of the companies will come in this category. AGM will be held, adopted, filed. Sometimes they may take permission for holding AGM belatedly, then get it adopted, file within 30 days of the date of AGM. Correct? Another category. AGM is held, but not adopted in the AGM. Are you able to understand? You present it to the company shareholders don't adopt it. But they need to pass an order resolution. Yeah. Majority is not voting in favor. I am the board of directors. I have presented. What is my problem? Okay, I feel that, in this AGM, you're not adopting. You ask us the query, we will answer. So we adjourned the AGM, took the queries, answered the queries. Still, these people are not adopting the AGM. So it is not adopted. Even then, the accounts have to be filed. Financial statement has to be filed within 30 days of AGM, the first AGM. When it was not adopted also, within 30 days, you have to file with the registrar. Registrar will take them as provisional. Now at the urgent AGM, suppose it is adopted, then you file the adopted accounts within 30 days. If then also it is not adopted, what to do? I'll tell you what, nothing will happen. Your duty under 137 is over. But the Ministry of Corporate Affairs will be watching. Why your shareholders are not adopted? Come. They'll call you, they'll call the auditor. That's it. Life will be super fun. After that, they will see in your syllabus, it is not there. In final syllabus, you will study in self-paced module. When you're studying on your own, you will study investigation. It will lead to inspection, then investigation. Okay. See, after all, accounts are not adopted. Yeah, then seriously, something is wrong. So they'll take their own steps. But point is, whether adopted or not, within 30 days of the AGM, you have to file it provisionally. You got it? That is the important point. In the exam, they might ask you, it was not adopted, advise the company. Straight away, advise the company to file it within 30 days of the AGM. Otherwise, your duty under 137 will not be complied. Okay. This is third case where AGM is not held. My God, they are not even held the AGM. Then the prescribed documents, whatever, audited accounts and all, along with the statement of facts and reasons for not holding AGM, filed with the ROC, is a rare case. not even 0.01. Because usually they will hold AGM. Otherwise, they will not hold AGM. They won't file this also. In which case, you know what will happen? When AGM is not held, within 30 days, you should file the financial statement. Even though you have not held it, you should file the financial statement along with statement of facts and reasons for not holding AGM. It should be done within 30 days of the last date before which the AGM should have been held. See, normally AGM should be held within 6 months from the end of the financial year, 31/3. So 30th September, you have to hold it. Till 30th September, you have not held AGM. Whether accounts audited or not, we don't know. But you have to file the financial statement along with the reasons for not holding. That's it, end of life. They'll call you for penalty, because not one penalty, not holding AGM, not filing a financial statement, not filing annual return. Simply living, you'll be punished. That's why board of directors are all very worried about that not holding AGM. And invariably, when the auditor keeps delaying, they'll come and beg, sir, AGM has to be held, sir. Please, sir, audit it, sir. The auditor, I will tell you, I can, you answer, sorry, I'm not like that. No, they will say, that auditor only will not be reappointed. One term they'll agree, we keep on doing this game with them, how long they'll accept it. Karpagam Natarajan, good process ready, specifically issues are raised, queries are given, answers are given, qualification is discussed and qualified, or else clean. Okay, why? There will be no unnecessary delay because of people not available, article clerk on exam leave. No, we conduct, audit will be done. Somebody will come, substitute, audit will be done. Okay. So all I'm trying to communicate to you is, even auditing is a process-driven service. It is not not jump in the parachute from heaven that you can do whatever you want because you're auditor. You are also a service provider and you have certain deliverables. You can't play games. So this is the, what shall I say, the procedure under 137. Mr. Narona wanted me to cover this. I have done it. I hope he is happy. If you are happy, you can show it. I can't hear you if you clap your hands, but you can put a note here somewhere. Or if you have a doubt also, you can raise. Simple. If it is not adopted also, you have to file. If you have not held AGM also, you have to file. Maybe you didn't hold AGM because auditor did not sign. Not my problem. Within 30 days of the last date on which the AGM should have been held, file your unaudited accounts. Tell me why he didn't sign. Give reason. Okay. Usually they will not do that. They will go to the ROC well ahead and extend the time. Do you remember from your management administration? They'll extend the time. And then from the extended time, they will file. Okay. The government of India is holding 51% in Sun Limited. The audited financial statements for the year were placed at its AGM held on 31st August 21. However, pending the comments of CAG, the meeting was adjourned without adoption. In receipt of CAG comments, the adjourned AGM was held on 15th, where the accounts were adopted. Thereafter, Sun Limited filed its financial statements with the registrar on 12th November 2021. See, when was the AGM held? 31st August. Okay. So from that date, means by 30th September, you should have filed your. Be sure. Even though not adopted, you will come in this category. So within 30 days, you should have provided. Then after 30 days, when the adjourned meeting, within 30 days, you have to file the adopted. This is the correct procedure. Okay. But so Sun Limited should have filed its provisional statements within 30 days from the 31st of August. That is the answer. Okay. So in a way, they have not complied with the requirement of section 137. Right. So I appreciate Mr. Narona for informing me about this. No chats. Okay. Madam, I have finished the class.
Okay, sir. Good evening, students. So, so sir, today you have taken section 137, I was just saying, and the other provisions of this chapter. So students ready, I said that I will be giving you a question and you have to write the answer. And in that, I can ask any student. So be at a place where if I ask somebody to mute themselves, they have to answer that question. So the question that is coming for you is, you have to answer it in within, I think, 3 to 4 minutes. And be prepared, I will ask any one of you. Sir, I will be giving them this question and then they have to do it. So I'm just sharing my screen, sir.
Madam, can I leave now or you'd like me to be here?
No, I am sharing, sir.
Can I leave now?
Yes, sir, you can, sir. If you want, sir, you can.
Okay. Thank you, madam. Thank you very much.
Okay, sir.
Thank you, madam.
Students, can you see it? One more minute, students. So the time is up. Kirti Hugar, kindly unmute yourself, beta. Okay. Nidhi, you unmute yourself, beta.
Good
Nidhi, speak
evening,
up.
ma'am.
Good evening, Nidhi.
Yes, yes, ma'am. मैम आई थिंक सो ये अनलिस्टेड कंपनी है और इसका जो टर्नओवर होता है आई थिंक पेड अप शेयर कैपिटल जो 10 करोड़ से कम होता है इसलिए सेक्शन 139 सब सेक्शन 2 के अकॉर्डिंग ऐसा कर सकते हैं आई थिंक सो
Okay. Okay. Thank you, Nidhi. Okay. Any other student? Nidhi, mute yourself. Okay, Miss P, you tell the answer since you have shared the same to me on the chat also. Kindly unmute.
Hello, ma'am. Ma'am, actually, I don't remember. Ma'am, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you better.
Yes, ma'am. I don't exactly remember the answer. I have not revised the chapter. So, please excuse if my answer is wrong, ma'am.
No,
As
it's okay. I just want to know what you have written.
Yes, ma'am. As per the provisions of Companies Act 2013, central government is empowered to prescribe any class of companies to prepare periodical financial results and get them audited or reviewed. Since in the given case, Yellow Limited has received communication from central government, the objection of board of directors is incorrect and they must prepare the periodical financial results.
Okay, if it's a 2 marks question, you will still get around the answer is correct. If I have to tell you, so it's for all the students. Good attempt, Miss P. The point is that this is related to your earlier chapter, which you have done in the earlier class. So this relates with the question you have read. So there is a company, Yellow Limited, and now they have received a communication from the central government for preparation of periodical financial results and complete audit or limited review of such financial results. Okay. The board of directors are saying that they are not needed to prepare this periodical financial results and complete audit or limited review as they are an unlisted company. So they are saying we will not. So they have, the question is asked, examine. So when the word is saying examine, examine means that you have to analyze the situation and give a conclusion also. So this is the first thing. When we are writing any answer in law, first you have to give the provision. So this is for section 129, 129A, capital A. Okay. So if you are not remembering, okay, this is completely fine. You can just write as per the provisions of the Companies Act 2013. And it says that the central government may require such class or classes of companies or any classes of unlisted companies. So it is saying that such class or classes of companies, it is specifically saying unlisted companies also. What they can be asked to prepare the financial results of the company on a periodical basis. Then once you have prepared them and to obtain the approval of the board of directors and to complete the audit or limited review किस चीज का of the periodical financial results and आपने सबसे पहले प्रिपेयर किए periodical financial results, then आपने obtain किया approval and third, why they are asking, central government ने मांगा तो next step क्या होगा? File a copy of these results with the registrar within 30 days of completion of such periodical review. So the first line itself is telling you the answer. The first line itself is telling you the answer that the central government may require such class or classes of companies, including the unlisted companies. But then also you have to write all the 3 points. Suppose the question would have been just a one-liner thing, then you can directly write. But if it's 2 marks or 3 marks, then you need to write the full provision. कि आपको क्या prepare करना है और किस फिर आपको उसकी अप्रूवल ऑब्टेन करनी है बोर्ड ऑफ डायरेक्टर्स एंड देन आपको फाइल करना है क्या a copy with the registrar within 30 days. फिर आप conclusion पे आओगे. That's therefore the objection raised by the board of directors is not valid as the section categorically or specifically provides that even an unlisted company can be asked to prepare the periodical final results and complete audit review or limited review. So this is how you have to write the answer. Miss P and any other student who is writing the answer, बेटा पहली बात तो क्लास में ना आंसर देने की आप लोग कोशिश करो. अब मिस पी की वजह से आप लोगों को पता चला हर आंसर वाज कंप्लीटली राइट, हर कंक्लूजन वाज आल्सो राइट. लेकिन अगर ये 3 मार्क्स का क्वेश्चन होगा तो एटलीस्ट आपको प्रोविजन लिखना पड़ेगा क्योंकि हमें फर्स्ट लाइन से ही आंसर पता चल. बट दे वांट टू टेस्ट दैट हाउ you have to write. What is your drafting? Okay, बच्चों? So, I hope it is clear. Any doubts in this? Good. Great. So, that's all from my side for today. And see you again on the coming Monday. Good evening, class. Thank you. Thank you, students. Thank you. Yes. Thank you.